The true cost of doing nothing, a reality for some runners who I've encountered. So every runner starts their journey with a spark, a dream to cross a new finish line, to run faster, to conquer distances they once thought impossible. But what happens when that spark flickers and fades, buried under excuses and delayed decisions? What's the cost of staying still, waiting for the right time? Here's the truth, it's higher than you think. A lot of runners will fall into this trap of procrastination. I'll start tomorrow. How many times have you caught yourself saying, I'll start tomorrow? Or next year will be my year? Maybe you've opened a new training plan with excitement only to abandon it as soon as the runs get tough. Or perhaps you find yourself daydreaming about running faster only to take little to no action to make it happen. The marathon you always wanted to run, the PR you've always wanted to achieve, the confident strides you've imagined taking, they don't happen by waiting. Promises made to yourself may feel comforting in the short term, but they mean little when they're constantly postponed. The quiet desperation of staying the same. Many people live in a quiet resignation, longing to step into something better, but never taking the leap. They want accountability, but they shy away from investing in a coach. They crave confidence, but they avoid putting in the work it takes to push their limits. Instead, they find comfort in routine, even when that routine keeps them from growing. You may think the cost of hiring a coach, creating a real plan, or tackling those nagging injuries is too high, but here's the brutal truth. The bill for doing nothing is far steeper. Here's the hidden cost of doing nothing. Think about this. Inaction today often leads to bigger, more expensive problems down the road. It's not just about money, it's about missed opportunities, unfulfilled dreams, and physical decline. So let's talk about the financial cost. Ignore a minor issue like knee pain. Like, oh, it's just knee pain. I'll keep having the same knee pain, months after months. I'll save money by not doing anything to do it. I'll use my insurance, go to a PT, but they don't really understand runners, and that knee pain is still happening. It didn't get any better. But what happens when that minor pain spirals into a chronic, persistent issue? What maybe down the line, maybe a couple years from now, it requires a knee replacement surgery that could drain you tens of $1,000s. And even if your insurance covers the surgery, you're still missing opportunity from work, missing opportunity from races. You're missing all these opportunities from a minor knee pain that you could have addressed if you just went to the right specialist who works with runners. So in a small investment now, like addressing the problem, the root cause of the problem, and strengthening your body through a proper regimen, can save you from much greater financial and emotional burden later on. How about the emotional cost? Each passing year, you watch opportunities slip by. Maybe you've dreamed of running the World Marathon Majors, but you keep telling yourself there's time. You'll do it when life is less hectic. There's more savings, when that elusive motivation kicks in, when that motivation just hits you across the face, like, oh, I'm motivated today. But here's the reality. Time doesn't stop, and life won't wait. What happens when you find yourself no longer able to run a marathon because your health has declined? 'Cause you just waited too long. You waited till now you're like 90 years old and you haven't been keeping in shape and you could barely walk. What happens when you're on the sidelines with your friends and family? They're enjoying the thrills of running together and you missed out. And that emotional weight of regret is far greater than the discomfort of just staying disciplined with your workouts a couple times a week. Right? People oftentimes don't think about these missed opportunities when they delay on getting healthier, improving their fitness, taking care of like these nagging, reoccurring injuries. Right? They just think about the immediate term. They don't think about the long term consequences of not taking action, of getting healthier, getting out of the pain, maybe losing weight, etc. How about the physical cost? You may think you're conserving energy by doing less. Like, oh, I'll just run, one time a month. But in reality, the less you push your body, the more it deteriorates. Staying inactive doesn't just leave you unprepared for races, it weakens you over time, right? You slowly, decade, 10 years from now, you're like, oh, you're not capable. It's not just because you're getting older, you're just not as active. You're not moving your body as much. And without realizing it, you're trading your strength for complacency. The simple act of running could keep your legs and body strong for decades, but procrastinating ensures you lose that strength one day at a time. And then those days adds up to years, and those years adds up to like decades. And then as time you go, you're 30, then you're 40, then you're 50, and you're like, how did I start becoming so frail? And imagine missing on a simple joy of being able to run with your kids or, with your dog or your friends. But your worst yet, imagine yourself feeling yourself, again, just being unable to walk. Maybe you're confined to a wheelchair. That may seem far off, but the decisions or lack of decisions you make today lay the foundation for your future. So if you want to, be fit, be healthy, it requires the courage to take the risk, especially if you want to accomplish great things. Maybe you want to do your first ultra marathon. Maybe you do want to do the world marathon majors. Maybe you're trying to win your age group. At its core, achieving greatness in running or in life just means betting on yourself, not reckless gambles, but disciplined, intentional risk. Set goals that scare you. The real magic happens not when you aim for what's comfortable within your reach, but when you stretch yourself towards something you're not quite sure you can do. The courage to run that intimidating 10K, maybe set a PR in the marathon, maybe go to qualify for Boston Marathon, or tackle trails you never explored will ultimately lead to growth. Most people hold on to their dreams tightly, afraid to take a chance. Every missed opportunity, every goal left untried, they stack up over time, gathering dust until it's too late to act on them. Are you willing to take that chance to bet on yourself and your potential? If you still believe the cost of action is too high, just think about the cost of doing nothing, losing your confidence, your health, your freedom, your dreams. Can you afford that bill? So your move, conquer the cost of inaction. Winning begins with one decision. No, it's not supposed to be easy, but yes, it will challenge you, stretch you, and test your limits. But that's exactly how you grow. Stop waiting. Address that lingering pain before it gets worse, that reoccurring injury, whether it's that knee pain, that plantar fasciitis. Find a physical therapist, a run coach who will hold you accountable, push you further than you thought possible. Set the hard goals, and don't quit when things get tough. The best part, you don't have to do it alone. Take the first step today, whether it's fixing those nagging injuries, setting your training plan in motion, hiring a run coach. Act now. And if you're feeling stuck, you need someone who does both, a run coach and a physical therapist, look no further. That's me. I'm Dr. Ray Peralta, run coach and physical therapist. And stop making yourself excuses, right? Don't like, oh, I can't afford it. Oftentimes you put things on payment plans, credit cards, etc. You pay later. There's so many ways to make affordable. Oftentimes you're wasting things on like subscriptions, like Netflix, HBO, social media, eating out, eating junk food. So your future self, the one crossing the finish line, define the limitations and living confident will thank you for it. Are you worth the risk? That's the only question left for you to answer.